plans for the holidays?
Going to their parents' place.
Yeah? And they do the cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big family?
Hey guys, today I am having a visit with Ecksand from Montreal. They are an ethical and sustainable based jewelry company. We're going to be designing my dream engagement ring and I'm very, very excited about it. She brought some gems down with her from Montreal for me to take a look at. I think my heart's set on Morganite, but we're going to take a look at a few jewels today. I'm going to talk with them a little bit about the brand, the history behind it, and what goes into making ethical gemstones, as well as sustainability in the jewelry industry. I hope you guys have as much fun with this as I do. This is something I never thought that I would be doing, but I'm very excited to take you guys along with me on this. They actually had a really beautiful ring in the window before, but it looks like it already sold and got replaced with this equally beautiful yellow diamond.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, right now. So what I was thinking, like, not the actual, like, the diamond band, right? But going with something where here we put, like, our big pink diamond, our big pink Morganite, and then on the sides we have our emerald cut diamonds. Because originally when we were looking at this one, remember I told you I think it's going to be a bit small?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this is a little bigger.
I like this a lot.
I like this a lot.
So, the band kind of goes into like a Y shape here.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking too, just to support it a bit better?
Or we stick to our original idea, which is to have a really clean rose gold band. It's just that we boost up the side diamond sizes, you see? So the only difference would be like basically it would be a hybrid between the rose gold here as well as like the two side diamonds here. And then on the actual band here, we could do a diamond pave or we leave it clean. Let's just see what it would look like with the diamond pave.
Wow.
You see?
Yeah.
So if we did do like a touch of rose gold, we'd have the diamond pave on the band. But I think on your hands, we could do a single. Like we can do a single band on the side.
Okay.
Which would look amazing.
This really sparkly.
So now, take this one off. I just want to see if we prefer single band or with the diamonds.
I mean, they're both really
Yeah. I think it just depends on, like, I have to say I really love this ring style on you as is. Like it's beautiful, like the complement of it, everything really comes together. But the original one we were looking at was more like this style.
Yeah.
See the difference? But this with rose gold, with the bigger center stone, right? So if you want to put that on the other hand, you have to kind of decide if you want to see pave every day, or if you really like the look of like a really clean, sleek band.
I feel like for every day, I actually prefer the more clean.
That's what I was thinking.
And then if I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle,
Then we add a band later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
perfect. Because then it'll give you like this look.
And I do like that actually. Like I love the petite rose gold with that sparkle in it.
Gorgeous.
Even if we added it on later, like I think
That's it.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
But like this is the sizing on this is perfect.
Yeah.
So this is oh wow. Hi there, my darling. Okay, so what I did is, remember I was talking about like 2 different color tones?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is very soft pink. This is the more expensive pink of Morganite, right?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that there's not as much orange in it. Then what I brought, and I also brought another cut as well, which is very, very rare. This one here is an elongated cushion. We're looking at almost 2 carats each. Look at that. So you see the color difference,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so let me hold one up so we can see on your skin tone.
So that's the more orange, like
Yeah,
peach.
so this is the more peachy, and then we have the more like, so it's like a salmon pink, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the very soft baby pink. Look at this.
I love that. I love how healthy and like organic, like glamorous it looks.
Stunning. With the
Yeah.
diamonds on the side, it's like
Yeah.
another level. And really, you have no idea the rarity of this size. It's like impossible. Like it's
Really?
very tough, yeah, because it's a
Wow.
very big size, but it's not so big that it looks fake.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the same size as the one that's in the ring that I'm actually wearing?
Exactly. It's just that once it's set, it looks a lot larger.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's the exact same. Like, so you have basically this size here. So you see when it pairs with the emeralds on the side, once it's set, you're gonna get exactly this volume.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Now I want to just see the other tone. So here we went more faceted, right? This is more of a faceted, like both of these are faceted, which means that they kind of give you like that firework effect.
Yeah.
They're cut very similarly to diamonds. Then what we have, okay, so you see the color difference?
Yeah, they do. They both work really well. I
They
think.
do. But now I'm going to just throw you a curveball.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to put them back on the white sheet because you can really see the color tones on the white. So you see, now you're really going to see it.
Yeah.
Take this one off. We'll put the band on your finger. There we go. Yeah. Because now we're going to see how it
Yes.
really, there you go. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
It just pairs so
It's gorgeous.
well.
It's gorgeous. And like, imagine once we add those 2 big emerald cut diamonds on the side, it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Beautiful.
So you see, and then this is more of that baby pink,
I really like that too because it almost like looks like a.
more contrasting. It looks like a pink diamond.
It looks like a pink diamond.
I know,
yeah.
and that's why I brought, like, remember what I was telling you about like the color of the pink diamond and so on and so forth? People will not think that this is like the Morganite. People will actually think it's a pink diamond.
And did you say that's actually rarer?
Yes. Then I want to see, because what I really like about that is the contrast, you see?
Yeah.
They're both stunning. It's just you get a bit more contrast with that one. Then what I did was, look at this. So I actually, yeah, I know. So I actually had this one cut so I could show you because it was originally a radiant cut, and I said, we didn't have any emerald with that really nice baby pink tone. And I said, I need her to see it. Look at this.
Oh my god, that's it. That's what was in my head.
And I told you.
And now it's real.
You don't understand. But it's not just real. We did this like not for nothing. Like I did it and like had no idea if you'd like it or whatever. But I was like, I would love if someone did that for me. Like showed it what it would look like. And I was like, okay, if she doesn't take it, someone else will take it.
It's stunning.
No. Like
That was
it's
exactly what
insane.
was in my head.
Okay, but what you had in your head is like the most rare thing in the world. Like you don't understand. Nobody has like Morganite cut, but that's not just it. It's like emerald cut, but not peach.
Yeah.
Baby pink.
Yeah.
Go ask someone for that. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Well, that's why
They're gonna say, go buy a pink diamond. Leave me alone.
That's why I wasn't sure what you would say when we first met. And you're like, yeah, I'm up for that challenge.
Yeah. Well, thanks. It's also a marathon runner.
Oh my god.
Look at that. So now, put this one back on for me.
Sorry, which one?
This one here, yeah. Like, isn't this special? It's just like, it's like,
That's crazy.
okay, so now look at this.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's like exactly what I saw in my head, but I couldn't find anything else like
No,
it.
there's no way.
Wow.
Proportionally, it's perfection.
Yeah.
Once you add on that touch of rose gold on the band, like, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. What do you think?
I like it. I think that's what you were talking about the
That
whole
was
time.
exactly what I
Yeah.
was talking about.
That's
yeah.
what you envisioned, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring you this ring.
Yeah.
because I could show it to you on this one, but it doesn't do the same effect, you see?
Yeah.
Because the stones on the side are too small.
Right.
Like they're still nice. It's going to give you a nice look as well, but this is just another level. You can actually hold on to it if you'd like. Yeah. It's locked in.
Okay.
And then, just in case you actually prefer the more peachy, I did bring you, this is a 2.33 carat. That's the peach. You see the difference?
Yeah, definitely. So these are both the emerald cuts in Morganite. The one in the tweezers is that the right term that you use? Is tweezers?
Yeah, those are
Okay.
lip pince, the tweezers, yeah.
It sounds nicer when you say
Lip
it.
pince.
So-
Yeah, see in the tweezers we have the baby pink.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I really like that a
Yeah.
lot. It's the perfect, like, warm, rosy peach.
Stunning. Oh
Look
my
at
gosh. It's so nice. But what a fun experience to kind of build it, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why we do what we do essentially. Like we've always made sure like it's a lot tougher, you know, because you have to go through, you have to make sure everything's perfect, proportionally has to make sense. But when we have the opportunity to do it and we're working with all of our ethical gems and our selection of gemstones, and then because we control everything in-house, we're able to do this.
Yeah.
Because we're not like sending it to a factory to have it made, right? So we can really make sure that everything is like on point. I love that.
I love how it looks against the rose gold. Because you're right, there is like a touch of contrast to it. There's a slight variation, but
Yeah.
they complement each other.
So perfectly. Like it really works.
Yeah, and you know, I think now that I see the Morganite, the diamond, or the, I guess these would be emeralds, right? When they came, sorry, what was
Emerald cuts, yeah. Emerald for the side ones, right?
Yeah.
Emerald cuts. Don't forget, like the Morganite looks amazing right now, right? Wear it a couple days, it's going to get dirty, like 100%. We need to make sure, and like it's easy to clean. A little soft bristle toothbrush once a week with a little bit of dish soap, you'll be fine. But I want you to have the extra like wow factor from the diamonds on the side to give it that like va-va-boom.
And seeing the diamond next to the Morganite, I actually prefer how this color pairs with that clear.
Yes, I
More
agree.
so than the orange.
Well, that's why, like, okay, so here's the more orangey tone, right? Like, and we'll just look at it just in case, so you can see how it kind of reflects.
Yeah. It's still nice though.
It's beautiful, but you know what happens when you set it? It looks more like champagne color and less like pink.
So is it almost more of a yellow that comes through?
Like no, like you can see a bit. You can see the pink. You can see the peach.
Yeah.
But you get a lot more pink from this. It's so they're like such romantic tones. They're so beautiful. Like next to the diamonds. Oh, look at this. I'm just like obviously I have a preferred. Like look at that.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
This was a challenge and a half. I'll tell you that much. Yes.
Are you able to talk a little bit about the process that you guys go through when sourcing things, like your factory in Canada?
Yeah, for sure. So everything is ethically handcrafted in our Montreal atelier. That's where we started, and that's where we're gonna stay forever. That's actually where all of our head offices are, as well as we just opened up a big boutique. And then we've been selling online. So when a client orders a custom-made ring online, for example, right? A lot of the stones are ethical stones that we already source in advance. If we have something like in this scenario, right? We have a high volume of beautiful ethical Morganite that we have sourced for this. Except that you wanted a cut that it's not very common, right? So in very often cases, what we'll do is we'll actually cut to cater. So like this was cut for you because every single thing was like too small or too big, or it wasn't the right tone, or it wasn't the right shape. Our gold is all 100% recycled, and I was actually certified sustainable this year because of the fact that we're making everything in our atelier. And the gold that we're bringing in is not nearly married gold.
So that's even the rose gold.
Oh yeah, every single source of gold.
Wow.
All the gold is 100% sustainable and recyclable. So we bring it in. It's gold that basically, like imagine we buy old gold, we refine it, and we turn it into like brand new amazing alloy. Yeah.
I love that. And you had mentioned too that your husband on the board.
Yeah, so we're like site holders, so we buy directly from the mines. So what that allows us to do is like we make sure we're not. The big reason we did that at the beginning was really to control the provenance, right? Because how do you really know?
Yeah.
So we were having a lot of trouble with that. We were having trouble with people making statements that didn't feel like they were really weighted with backup, right? So what we did is we said, okay, hold on here. It might take a little bit more work, but if we can actually purchase directly from the mines, we can lower the markups for clients. We can definitely give them a much higher product, a more beautiful gem selection, and we know where it's coming from. So that's helped us out a lot for like the pairing of everything together.
Yeah.
So now when we're doing like an Ecksand, we call it the Ecksand Made for You process.
Okay.
So you fall into that. You're the Ecksand Made for You. And I have to say, like, more and more women are not buying a ring directly off the shelf. They're going, like, I always say, I'm like, you know what? Think about it. Do you prefer to buy from like the overly commercial bakery, or would you prefer to discover like the new, like gluten-free, all-natural artisan bakery?
Right.
It's the latter.
Yeah.
Like you prefer to have something that's more unique, like more artisanal, and also just better for you and the people who work in the environment, right? Yeah. And that's what we've done here. It's really like we're the artisan bakery essentially, and we found a way to do it so that it makes a lot of sense. So when you are doing something that's a bit more personalized, the biggest thing for us is we didn't want custom to be expensive, and we didn't want it to be long. And that was the challenge from the get-go, right? It's like, okay, find out how to make it easy and short. And we did. Basically, every single Ecksand Made for You ring is delivered in under 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have it under 4 weeks. Everything is done in-house, like I said. And the best way to make sure that it's not expensive is when we're doing the Ecksand Made for You process, it's just based on materials. It's not the extra time or the extra design because we're already set up for that. So we don't go and buy 10,000 products already made. We know that like every single one might be personalized and customized in some way or another, particularly for the engagement rings. Like I understand for fine jewelry, but when it comes to engagement rings, like you gotta add your own personal touch.
Right. Yeah. It's
Which is
forever.
Well, that's it. I'm sure that you would want to be part of that story. You know, saying like, no, we chose it together. I changed this. I actually catered this to me, and so it's fun.
This makes it so much more special.
I know, and it's just you like everything. Like even if you didn't even have diamonds on the side and you just did that, it was still gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we have that look, oh my god.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
Put on that rose gold.
I love it. It's perfect. I really appreciate you taking the time to put that together and bring the different options. I actually wasn't expecting to love your peach as much as I do.
But you don't know until you see it, right? That's why when you kept telling me peach, I was like, are you open to another color?
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't really know. And I was like, can we try?
Yeah.
It's only because looking at the way the rose gold reacts in your skin tone, I really wanted a bit more contrast. And I was afraid that the peach would blend into your skin
It does, and then yeah, some kind of color.
which is exactly what I was thinking was going to happen. Because look,
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It almost looks like it's clear on me.
it looks like your skin tone. And that's why I was like, we should maybe just try another color.
Yeah.
And this is spot on.
Yeah.
When we look at this color on your skin tone, it's just beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I love it. It's stunning.
So I am clearly in a very different setting than where I left you off. This is our new house that we moved into. I just wanted to jump on the camera real quick and update you guys on a few things, maybe to give you a little more information and context. And I also want to come clean with something that I've been dealing with since I was about 16, which did influence the ring style I went with and the choice of ring that I selected. I don't want to spend too much time on that. I have actually already filmed this once already, and I went back and I watched it, and I'm not able to fully talk about my condition and put it on the internet just yet, but I do want to introduce you to something that I am dealing with, just to tell you a little bit more about me and what went into my ring choice, because it did affect it a lot. Also, I think I forgot to put mascara on, but that's okay. I'm gonna go with it. This look is using quite a few new green beauty items that I picked up, including a new lipstick shade from 100% Pure. I have a video for this makeup tutorial coming up soon, so if you're interested in seeing how to recreate this look using non-toxic, healthy, vegan makeup, just stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, you can't quite see it all because I'm sitting down, but the whole outfit is by Reformation. They're made ethically and sustainably in Los Angeles. Enough about my outfit, let's get back to the ring. Also, it is a snowstorm outside right now. Like, it is white, just pure snow right now in Toronto. So how did I discover Ecksand? I'm in Ontario, I live in Toronto, and they're based in Montreal. I didn't come across them, just walking down the street. I have actually been doing research for a while, since I knew that Dusan wanted to propose and that he wanted to make sure I had a ring that I enjoyed, which I really appreciate, because I can be very picky with design. I am a designer, so it means a lot to be involved in this process. I came across them by doing lots and lots and lots of diligent research. They just seemed so very transparent and honest about their situation and the limitations. If you are also on a journey to try to find an ethically made, sustainable engagement ring, you know that there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to sourcing gemstones and diamonds ethically without exploiting people. And for me, I certainly wouldn't feel good myself personally, looking at a ring and thinking like, it's beautiful, but what was the price to produce this? I'm sure that shouldn't surprise any of you. That's kind of what my channel is about living more consciously. So I knew that was something that I wanted to include in my ring, as well as I was surprised that they were able to claim they were sustainable, because I hadn't seen any jewelry companies making that claim with rationale to back it up. But at Ecksand, as you heard Erica explaining, they use 100% recycled gold, which I think is genius. And you saw the designs. They looked brand new. I don't think you would be any of the wiser to know that the gold used to make all of the jewelry at Ecksand actually had, this is their second life, which I think is amazing. I love companies that go out of their way to repurpose and reduce excess clutter and garbage and put things to new uses. So I really applaud them for that. I was a little, so when I first came across Ecksand, I immediately told Dusan, I said, this is the company I want to work with. We are booking a trip to Montreal to go see them. So we had actually discussed going this month in February and visiting Montreal and staying overnight and making a romantic getaway and going to the boutique and visiting them there. However, they just so happened to be doing a pop-up shop in Yorkville soon after I realized I wanted to work with them. So I immediately reached out and booked an appointment with them. The shop that I was filming at with Erica is a hair salon. So if you were to go there and look for them, that was just a temporary pop-up shop. They're not permanently located there, but I have heard that they might be expanding, which I think is really smart and great. A lot of people have been responding to their business ethos and their ethics, and I just think that's great. She even told me that people have been coming up from New York and the States to their Montreal boutique to visit them. So yeah, a lot of people seem to be gravitating towards them, and I can definitely see why. So let's talk about Morganite briefly. Morganite is obviously a non-traditional engagement stone to use, But the thing about engagement stones and wedding ceremonies and all of that is those are very recent traditions in the grand scheme of things. Back in the day, before there was a lot of these like hard customs surrounding like North American style weddings and, you know, European ones, and every culture has their wedding traditions, right? But before the traditional white dress and diamond rings became standard, women would just wear their best dresses to get married. There was no stipulation really concerning the color of the dress and things like that. That's a very recent thing that's imposed on people. When I say imposed, I don't mean like, you know, hardly regulated, but people feel pressure to fit inside this like very strict mold of what is romance and what is love and what does that union look like between you and your partner. And if you know me in person, you know that I am unconventional, right? I'm not really one to follow standards or norms if they don't make sense to me and appeal to me. So, you know, I guess you could say that I am a non-traditional bride. I'm not a bride yet. Nothing has happened. He hasn't proposed. I will keep you guys posted. Nothing has happened yet. I will let you know if my status changes and gets upgraded. You'll be the first to know. Maybe the second to know. I think my mom would kill me if I announced on social media that I was married before she knew. But I didn't want to necessarily follow the diamond standard for an engagement ring. I've always gravitated towards like the warmth and glow and organic qualities of Morganite. I love the prismatic color range that is captured inside of them. As you heard Erica talking about in the video, Morganite ranges in shade and tone a lot. Not a lot, but there is a range. So on one end of the scale, there's that like peachy, salmon, slightly more orange pink tone. Then you move into like more of like a bright true pink. And if you get really rare, expensive Morganite, I think it actually has like purple tones incorporated into it. So there is quite a range with it. Morganite is, of course, far more affordable than a diamond. So if you're looking at the size of that ring and you're thinking, holy moly, well, let me just clarify for you. If you don't already know, Morganite doesn't carry the same assigned dollar value to it that a diamond would, which is great for me and obviously great for Dusan, I'm sure. I actually really like Morganite. You know, if it were up to me being the person to say, you know, that's the expensive stone, that's the medium range stone, and that's the cheap stone, I would personally assign Morganite to be, you know, a very high dollar value. But obviously that's not how the system works. It's collectively what we all assign the dollar value to be of gems, right? That's how it works. So I have had people comment, especially, you know, like older generation people, oh, you're compromising. Why wouldn't you just go with a diamond? And I'm not compromising. The Morganite center stone in the shade of pink is just stunning to me and very romantic and, you know, symbolic of love for me, you know, because of the color tones in it, you know. I'm really looking forward to seeing it in person. Like, she got it, you know, she understood how important it was, and she was able to work with me even though I was, you know, I was a little picky and I had this vision. You know, she didn't just dismiss me and scoff at me and say, oh, we can't do that. She worked with me to execute this vision that I had in my head, which really impressed me. It made the whole experience just feel, I don't know, like even Dusan was saying like, wow, that was a great experience. And he wasn't even the one designing the ring, you know? It was just such a great customer service experience, which is really important to us when we are working with companies, especially for something that's as big an investment as an engagement ring. I also want to touch on the size of the ring, and I absolutely do not want to put this video out and project that this is the same template that you should follow for your engagement ring. You know, the size and the dollar value, and like even getting a ring. If you don't want to get a ring, don't get a ring. You know, like you do you and work within your means and don't spend recklessly. Obviously the privilege of doing this process and designing this ring and being able to work with someone like Erica and having someone like Dusan who, you know, is just loving and caring and was able to make this sort of commitment, you know, the privilege of that is not lost on me at all. We've both struggled and worked really, really hard for years to get to where we are. Everything that I own, I really appreciate and value so much. So this experience is not lost on me. This was a really, really big deal. And I was so happy with the choice of working with Ecksand to make this a reality. So I just want to say thank you to you guys again. You were very patient with me and I really, really appreciate it. So the last thing I want to touch on, it's a little hard for me to talk about. It's something that I don't even like to talk about this in person with people who know me in real life. I have a rare medical condition that makes me swell a lot uncontrollably. And when I tell people that, they're usually dismissive. They're like, oh, everyone swells. You look fine. What are you talking about? Until they see my hands or my feet when I have a flare up and they're like, whoa, it's bad. And it's embarrassing. Like basically if you've ever sprained your ankle before and had your entire foot and ankle swell up, that's what happens to me on an ongoing basis. The swelling is a real problem. The condition is called lymphedema. It's chronic, which means it's for life. There's no cure for it. It's something that I maintain every single day of my life. On my channel, you'll hear me talking a lot about massage, more so for the face, because I do a lot of skincare and makeup, but I also do a lot of body work too, to maintain the swelling. So I do lymphatic drainage regularly, I do dry brushing regularly, massages of all kinds, constantly. I do a cold shower every time I have a hot shower just to re-stimulate the lymphatic flow throughout my body, because my lymphatic system is weak, and on top of that, it was damaged in an accident. But the swelling affects my left hand and my right foot. The footage that you didn't see was my initial consultation with Erica, where I went in when my hand was very, very swollen. It swells to at least 1.5 ring sizes bigger. It's a massive amount of fluid. And ironically, the finger that's most affected is my ring finger. So there will absolutely, I don't even want to show you guys, and it's not even that bad today. It's really not that bad today. And here's the thing, if it was bad, I would not post it online. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not really ready to, I mean, I can talk about the lymphedema, but I'm not ready to show it yet. But I want you to know that I have this condition because the team worked with me to make a ring and accommodate and to give it a certain cut to the band. That's like a comfort cut. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but they were so accommodating to me. Erica measured the circumference of my ring twice. The footage you just saw was actually my second visit with her, and you may have not picked it up at all, but you can actually see the swelling in my hand. You can see the indentions in my wrists, and those are from the compression gloves that I wear on a regular basis. If you happen to know what compression gloves are, you may have noticed that in the beginning of the video, I'm actually wearing them. They're the fitted black fingerless or fingertipless black gloves that I'm wearing in the beginning, and I'm wearing those in preparation for my visit so that she can actually measure my hand and my ring finger, when it's less swollen. Because depending on the temperature, humidity, if I've worked out, if I've had any alcohol to drink, the fluid inside my finger fluctuates dramatically. So she took a measurement before when my finger was very swollen, and then she took one again at the visit that you guys just saw where the fluid was pretty much as low as it's gonna get for me. So yeah, I just wanted to come clean with that a little bit so that you guys understand the whole context of the video and why this was a big deal for me. It forced me to confront something that I'm really self-conscious and nervous about. It was also the main motivator behind getting a widespread design ring. So I went with the Trinity style. The main center stone was Morganite and 2 diamonds at the side flanking it. the reason that I was so fixated on having like a large spread, like a wide design, is I wanted to cover as much of my finger as possible, because the ring finger is the worst finger. So I said to Eric, I'm like, I just want to cover it. Can I just like put a big old stone on it or something? And I just like, I don't want to like be aware of the swelling. Obviously there will be days where I just won't be able to wear the ring, and that's definitely a reality for me, and I'll wear it on my right hand, or I'll leave it at home, or whatever, you know, I need to do. But, you know, we designed the ring to accommodate my finger when it's in better shape. And we also took measurements of my right hand so that I could wear it on one of these fingers on days when this hand is out of commission. So I really appreciate, I really do, how patient she was with me, and how like sensitive I was about it, because I'm sure for most people, you know, there's a little bit of swelling, but for me, I'm like, I need the ring to do this, 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 and this. And she blew me away, and she met all of my needs. And yeah, it was such a pleasure working with her. Obviously the footage was filmed back in December. You saw all the Christmas decorations. Right now, today, it is February 13th. It is the day before Valentine's Day. I've been holding on to this footage for a bit because I knew I wanted to give you guys some more information about my experience and, you know, about me, I guess. And I decided I wanted to release it on Valentine's Day because, you know, romantic engagement ring. I thought it tied in nicely. But I want to wish you guys a very happy Valentine's Day. Whether you are singled or coupled up or doing whatever the heck it is you want, trust me, I am the last person to ever judge you. I've been chronically single on and off for most of my life. So this whole, you know, dream situation with, you know, an amazing partner, and designing my custom, sustainable, ethical engagement ring and moving into this new home, like, it's almost too much for me. You know, like, I don't feel like I even deserve this. And now I'm just rambling. So I'll go ahead and wrap this video up now. If you want to learn more about sustainable, ethical luxury items like jewelry, clothing, and makeup, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. Make sure you check out Ecksand, follow them on Instagram. You can actually see Erica on the account. You have to check out her engagement ring, by the way. It is one of the most beautiful rings I have ever seen. It's also unconventional. So be sure to check them out if you are also in the market for not just an engagement ring, but just everyday jewelry. They do some like really beautiful pieces. Like, did you see those earrings that I showed you? The Morganite ones that were dangling? I might have my eye on those too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.